Hello, welcome back to AirJobBoss. This is the beginning of our 2024 series, and we are coming to you from the Glass Palace here in Dallas. We have a lot of exciting new information for you to learn how to become a better pilot and to get that excellent job that you want very shortly in the future. Today we're talking about general topic, and today is the two most important things you need to know prior to going into an interview. Now, these two things you can study in advance. It's going to take you a little bit of time to digest this, but these two items associated with these airlines is going to be the foundation of every answer you're going to give in an interview and how you're going to have your mindset toward that airline and toward their culture, their mission, and their policies. So here we go. Here's the two things you need to know. Number one, you need to know that company's mission statement. And in that mission statement, they might have core values or targets or activism type policies that they're trying to accomplish. So in their mission statement, they're going to tell you from both the PR point of view and an internal point of view what they are intending to do on the global stage, okay? And this encompasses, like I said, a little bit of marketing for the public, but also a little bit of promotion and propaganda, if you will, for the internal employees, and gives everybody something to move toward. And you as an employee are hired to move the company toward that mission. That is really all you're there to do. Now, you as an aviator have a certain skill set and a lot of competencies that is eminently important. Maybe the most important aspect of the airline is the pilot group and how they conduct themselves. So in order to do that, in order to be a good pilot, a true professional, and help the company move toward that mission statement, you have to know the second most important thing you need to know before you go in an interview, and that is the company's operational safety policy. Now, the company's operational safety policy can be found in their operating manual. It is generally not published to the public, but is widely published and expressed to the pilot group and all the professionals associated with the pilot group. It comes from really the Vice President of Flight Operations, the Vice President of Safety, and they get together and, along with the training center and other departments, design a statement that guides for the professional pilots at that airline a method or a target to achieve. So I'm going to go over a couple aspects right here about the operational safety policy and the mission statement. So we're going to take two, and these are from actual airlines. I've slightly changed them a little bit because I don't want to use their words expressly and have any copyright problems going forward. But generally, let's start with the mission statement. Now, the mission statement is really important that you pretty much memorize this. If you can memorize this and tell them what their mission statement is, read it back to them, kind of edge it into an answer, they're going to be very impressed that you actually took the time, you memorized their mission statement, and you understand it. Because after all, they're going to ask you, why do you want to work here? And the answer is because I believe in your mission, and I believe that my talents, experience, and skill set are a great fit, and my attitude is a great fit for your corporate policies, and I believe I can work toward your mission statement. It's important to me as a person. I believe in your mission. I think it's valuable, and I'm willing to work with you. So in order to be able to be sincere about that answer, you better know what that mission statement says, right? And if you can memorize it, that is even better, because you will, if you go through the AirJobBoss technique of answering certain questions like why I want to work here, you will incorporate that mission statement into that answer in some form the best you can. We know we can't memorize everything. I mean, going into an interview, there is a ton of things going through your head. There's a ton of things you've got trying to memorize, and I know it's impractical. But I have techniques. If you work with me, I have techniques that you will never forget their mission statement. It will be at the front of your mind, and you will be able to tell them that mission statement very quickly if you work with me in your preparation. Let's go through one mission statement. Now, the mission statements to the public are published on their website. So go to the airline's website their public website and go down to the About Us or the company or public relations. And if they have a website that has a search bar, just go into the search bar and type in mission and hit enter, and that it'll generally direct you to their mission statement. So let's take a look at one airline's mission statement. When this airline first took flight in 2000, it was founded on the idea of bringing humanity back to air travel. That's a key statement. 20 years later, we still put people at the center of everything. People at the center of everything as we inspire humanity. This is the 2 sentences or 3 sentences that sum up their mission. If you can remember that, that's key. Now they go on, they say, before we even had aircraft to fly, our founders chose 5 values to guide us. You better know these 5 values. Of course, they're going to probably ask about these 5 values. And some of you who know the airline I'm talking about may have already had an interview there, or you probably already worked there or have somebody work there. And they have these 5, core values: safety, caring, integrity, passion, and fun. So they might ask you, why do you want to work here? And the answer is because I agree with your 5 core values. They are blah, 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 blah. And I'm sorry, safety, caring, integrity, passion, and fun. And I think that I would be most proud to tell my family and friends that I work here at this company because of those values, right? Something in that nature. So that's really important to know that and to understand. And every question that they're going to ask you further through the interview you're going to bring back to that mission statement. For example, tell me about a time you have had a conflict with a person you've worked with, or crew member, or subordinate, or superior. And the answer lies in those 5 principles. Do you care about the people you work for? So the answer can be, as you begin the answer, conflict resolution is a lot about caring for the people that we work for and the people we work with. Right? If you say that, they're going to be like, whoa, okay, that's one of our core values. And make no mistake, the people that are interviewing you know this very well. They have formulated it into the questions, and the people that are interviewing you are the people that really love that airline. They really believe in that airline. They believe in the mission, and they've had a track record of accomplishing that mission through their company's mission statement and their policies. So they know these things very well. And when they hear them coming out of your mouth, they'll realize, hey, this person understands what we're doing here. So they've made an intellectual decision and an emotional decision to actually work here and work with us rather than against us or work for themselves, right? Because half the people at an airline are working for themselves. They're there to get a paycheck, and that's about it. They want the other half. They want the half that understands the greater mission of the company. Because there's going to be times in the company when you're not paid well, when things are difficult, bankruptcies, furloughs, mergers that are going bad. And you got to fall back on the pride of that mission to fuel your enthusiasm to continue to work for the company in an enthusiastic, high-level way, right? So that is the importance of the mission statement and what to know about the mission statement, because it falls in line with all the other things you're going to answer, all the other questions. Now, moving on to the second thing, their operational safety policy. And some companies call this their safety mission statement. But really, SMS, Safety Management System, under Part 121, requires that the company make an operational safety policy. And this basically tells the crew members and the flight department what they're supposed to be doing and how they're supposed to be doing it. How do you get this information? You need to contact a friend, relative, or your networking contact to ask them to send you a screenshot of this operational safety policy. It is likely in your interview that you are going to have one of the people interviewing you and asking you questions that is pretty high up in the flight department. They might be a chief pilot, a check airman, a simulator instructor, or even one of the administrators in the safety department asking you questions. And believe me, those people know the operational safety policy of that airline and the safety mission. They might have been one of the people that helped write that policy. So if you, this goes to your profession as a pilot, as a professional pilot, understanding and knowing the operational safety policy is your responsibility other than any other department. This is what separates you from the vice president of marketing, the catering company, the flight attendants, and everybody else. This is what is why you are uniquely qualified to get this job at this interview, because the other applicants in the lobby do not know the operational safety policy. And if you prepare with AirJobBoss, you will know the operational safety policy for that airline, and you will be able to explain about it, talk about it, and you will be able to involve those policies within the answers that you're going to give them during the interview, okay? AirJobBoss is next level stuff. This isn't for the beginners, okay? This is for the pros out there. Anyway, so we're going to give it to you here for free. So you don't even have to pay for my service. You can just get it right here for free. That's where all that. So let's talk. This is from an actual airline. So I'm going to paraphrase and kind of edit it as I go. But just listen to kind of what they're getting at, okay? And because I don't want to give away their policies verbatim. Okay, here's their flight operational safety policy. This manual for this airline outlines the philosophies, policies, and procedures to conduct flight operations. The FARs, the operating specifications in this thing, govern our flight operations. This policy is to be used by flight crew members, dispatchers, station operation personnel, and others to work for responsible flight operations. These policies are intended to ensure operating integrity and consistency in our system. And they focus on these three things: safety, customer service, and operating economics. So if they ask you, tell us about why we should hire you other than any other candidate out there, the answer is going to be, well, I consider myself a consummate professional, and one of the hallmarks of that is understanding the company's, the airline's operational safety policy and their priorities. I am dedicated to using the operational manuals, the FARs, and your company policies to conducting myself to complete your operational safety policy, which I know focuses on safety, number one, customer service, number two, and operating economics, number three. I have emotionally and logically decided to do this for your company, and I will use my talent, skills, and ability to conduct myself in accomplishing your operational safety policy. If you just said it like that, that is a pretty high scoring answer. They want people that understand what their responsibility is. A lot of people come to a job and really don't understand what the heck is their, number one, what's the company's goals, and what are the operational safety policies to accomplish that goal. Now, here's a bonus. This company has a safety mission statement. And this is a really more, I would say, theoretical and inspirational statement. And this is quite longer, but it will give you an idea if you can pick a couple of things out of this to remember. And like I said, I have very good techniques on how to remember these key items. It makes it very easy to do so. So let's hear what they do with their safety mission statement. They say, the conduct of air transport business requires an extraordinary duty upon us and our employees. Our inherent moral obligation and the success of our business is dependent upon transportation safety. The employees associated with this department are vested in the responsibilities of achieving aviation regulations and the policies of this airline for operational control and decision making. Every flight crew member needs to be in compliance with regulations, procedures, policies in order to produce prudent judgments to achieve the highest degree of safety for our customers. All crew members have the responsibility to avoid willful or deliberate errors or violations of the policies. The operations safety manager, in conjunction with the company's SMS, help identify and mitigate hazards through the data collection process, and we encourage our employees to engage in our feedback loop, right? So if you knew nothing else before you went into that airline, now assuming you know what a wing is and what an empennage is and a, control yoke and the basics, the basics of your profession. If you know nothing else, you need to know this mission statement and this operational safety policy. And then you're going to formulate answers based on the theories, the policies. It's going to sound a lot like that. So you're going to sound like somebody who wrote these policies and is trying to convince other aviators at that company to follow these policies. For example, the question, have you ever broken a company policy, and tell us about that, or tell us about a time you have broken a standard operational procedure or a regulation. So you're going to start out by answering the question like their mission statement. And you're going to say something like, the conduct of a professional pilot requires that we continuously strive to comply with all the policies, all the procedures, and all FARs, right? That's the mission statement. That's the safety policy. And then you're going to go on. But from time to time, this doesn't happen. I'll tell you about a time I was doing this, I was doing that came out this way. This is the situation, this is the task, this is the action, this is the result. And then you're going to end it by going, all good professionals, including myself, have to be dedicated to the airline's policies, their procedures, and all the FARs. And I intend to do that at this airline. That is the end of that question. So you're bringing their operational safety policy and their mission statement back into the end of your answer. And this is also another technique that AirJobBoss has utilized and encouraged their clients to use in the interview. It's next level stuff. So with that in mind, that's all for today. If you have an important interview coming up or you need my help in preparating, if that's a word, you can click the link below at airjobboss.com and find out more about what I do. I have now 2 levels of service. One is Concierge Career Counseling and one is interview preparation. Check out both of those. Also, we are expanding to short form. We'll be on YouTube Reels. We'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and the TikTok, as you young kids are calling it, that TikTok and the Snap Talk stuff. Anyway, that's it today for AirJobBoss. Like, subscribe, share, do the things that one do. Join, please, to get more content in the future. Thanks so much. This is AirJobBoss, and I'll see you on the next video.